Seriously, why do I always hey, tablet, I love you, okay? Despite how I say things mean to you, I love you. Nope, wrong one. One day you'll get it all together, Shinova. Hold on. Let's see. It's okay. One minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm looking down. I should have had all the links ready, but it's if it's not all crazy, it's not authentically me. We all know that. All right. Oh my goodness. Hold on. All right. I'm sorry. I had to paste like all this stuff so that way when I'm talking, there could be links for everything. Okay, first and foremost, I put Sandra's Garner Room Sewing um on there on the bottom, the last one I did. I know I talked about and I gave a link if you're able to contribute to her because her mom's in real bad shape and Sandra's providing around like nonstop care. If you can't provide financially, which I completely understand, someone mentioned something really cool. If you can just play her in the background, whether you put her on a tablet or um, another cell phone or another device, and like go about your way, and she could just be background noise. It what it does is it keeps her in the algorithm and it keeps her channel alive. And then she's monetized, so she will, get paid through Google. So that is another way you can definitely do it. Matter of fact, that's a way to help any channel. If there's a small channel that you really, really are filling, and you're like, why isn't this channel blowing up? Just by playing like a playlist, like I have an Aura Rosa playlist. I have different playlists in my thing. You can just play it in the background and it helps the channel tremendously. When you hear YouTubers saying liking, sharing and commenting and subscribing helps, it's not a fabrication. Sometimes things don't add up. Like you'll have like 13,000 views but 7 likes and you're just like or 13,000 views and you don't and half the people that liked was watching are not even subscribers. Subscribers help the channel grow and helps the platform and it pushes it out to the different algorithms within YouTube to make them see. Good morning. So, yes, if you oh, thank you. If you want to help Sandra in a different way, not with like financially, but you can help her another way. If you have another device, like I have a tablet, I could play her in the background and she could just be like kind of like beautiful white noise and just play some of her her channel just nonstop, it helps. So that way she gets monetized for those videos, and it just helps in a different way financially, and it keeps the channel alive. So I wanted to say that first and foremost. And good morning. It's pre before Valentine's Day. No pressure. Who is horrible? I am really bad at Valentine's Day. Like, I either go way too over the top with it may feel borderline like fatal attraction, or I just completely do nothing. There's no middle ground with me. I'm not gonna even pretend that there's a good middle ground with me. So, um, my daughter, my middle daughter, she's in D&D, Dungeons and Dragon, which I'm like, I was in D&D. I mean, if there was like an adult D&D near me, I would be all about that. You have no idea. I'll be like, yes. And online is not the same as in like playing it in person with people and seeing their interaction and their happiness, sadness, fear, like all the emotions. It's like, I don't know. I digress. So she needs candy for that. So I was like, yeah, man, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some candy. But she has karate today, so we have that too. There's a lot of things happening on Thursday for us in the household. Today me and the rotary cutters are going to be cutting out Spencer Ogg's, what is it? Packing pods. Okay, I must have been asleep on this pattern. Well, maybe because I'm going to be traveling a lot, going to so whatever studio, going to Texas, going to California, and packing pods is like the way to go. Like to have things individualized in your suitcase and you can organize things. So we're cutting off the packing pods so we can make them, I think, next week. And I'm really excited about it because there is a couple ways you can finish it. You can finish it with like zigzag stitches or binding and all that stuff. And I told my crew that I will try binding with a with a 1 inch elastic. So this is where I'm going to try it at because this pot is going to be for me. I'm trying to see if I'm going to make all 3 sizes. They're going to be for me. So that would be really cool. So if I see any of you guys at any of the retreats, you could be like, hey, dude, let me see your packing pods. And I'll be like, yeah, look at these. These are really cool. I love when you can like sew something that you can use. Like, it doesn't have to be on a daily basis, but is super useful. And like Spencer's odds instructions are really really easy, really cool. She has like a couple different ways you can make them, like with no binding, with zigzag stitching, birthing. There's a couple different ways. I think it's super cool. um I'm excited to make these. I'm where have I been? I was looking for pods last year and I just gave up. I was using like plastic bags and like stuffing everything in it and like making a small hole and like decompressing the air and just rolling it and then sealing up the hole again. I'm I'm the worst packer. Good morning. So yeah, I'm really excited about doing that today. And also I want okay, I don't really do this. Okay, so this may come across super awkward, and if it does, then you already know. You're on my channel. I'm awkward. Chloe made a whole set before she went to the MMK. It is no way. See, if we're going into any retreat, you guys, we should just be making these. Just it makes sense. Like, all right. So every time I buy myself something, like for business wise or like just for things I think I want in my sewing room, like for like fancy like holding my favorite patterns. So like because I have my favorite folders for patterns are called the Elba folders, and they're usually sold only in the UK. And I have a friend in the UK who buys them and sends them to me. So I'm kind of a brat when it comes down to these folders. So I buy things all the time, and last year one of the most successful patterns for me was the Louis well, I don't want to call it a fanny pack, but it's a waist belt. It could be a fanny pack you can wear as a sling. You could kind of just wear like as a half backpack too. I sold a lot of them, whether they were leather because I made a lot of them in leather, vinyl. or like heavy cotton woven and some in water resistant. So I bought the template. I bought the template immediately because Tara hit it out of the park, and most of you guys probably have the Louis. So what I did is I was like, hey, if I get to 7,500, I'm going to give away a template set. I have this template set. I've had it for a while, and I haven't just announced that if you guys, let's get me to 7,500 and let's do a drawing to see who's going to get the Louis. And I'm going to ask Tara to sign a copy of the actual pattern and buy it from her, of course. So that way the person can have it together as a whole. So like, this is not only like the small and medium, but this one has all the rectangle pieces. So you don't have to worry about measuring. Everything's like right here. Cause that's how I roll. Like I don't like if I can get the whole thing. And I bought extra, I have like different planner packs. Yeah, I bought a lot. I bought like special marking tools because I'm trying to get to 10K. That is like totally my goal. I appreciate my following because you guys are ride or die. Like when I seen the roster for Morminos, I was like, I know every single one of these people. We're going to have fun at So Whatever Studios because I know all of these people. Like all these people literally low key either have my number or they're messaging me on Facebook for just like random things. And I'm excited, like, because that means that not only will it be, it won't, it's, I'm teaching, but it also means I'm going to be like hanging out with like-minded minds and sewing with friends, and I'm lit. Like, I am so amped to go to more Merino Studios because it's just it is what it is. Good morning, Arnetta. So I am like really excited, and I think, I mean, some of the people are you that are in the sorry in or on the daily in the chat. If you're in the chat and you see this, just like do a shot of it, like I'm going to Mormino. Like people that you know in this chat are going. I'm not gonna call them out because in case they didn't want to know it. Sorry, I protect people's privacy. So I was really excited when I seen who was coming. I was just like, oh my god, it's like a repeat in some of the retreats that I taught at, and I'm really excited about it. And then tomorrow, the tickets go on sale for Wizardry Getaway. I cannot express to you enough. If you have a chance to go to this, run. Like, run. Do not walk. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Don't do the Uno reverse card if you're playing Uno. Go. Go. Like, just go. Um, Melissa, there's no one like her. She cooks us all of our food, first of all. When I come home, I'm expecting someone to cook for me because Melissa doesn't cook just like it's not like, "Oh, here's some hot dogs and hamburgers." No, it's like like she can cook. Like I mean, like you want her to make a recipe book and you think she would be successful after she like producing it. She can cook. Um She can cook, and that's hard for me to say that because my husband comes from Louisiana, and all his family can really throw down, right? My dad's side of the family, they know how to we make all the tapas and Spanish dishes, and they really can come throw down. My mom's side of the family, although they live in California, they were in Tennessee, and they can throw down. There is nothing like some good old soul food to heal your soul. And so, like, I've been surrounded by really good food all my life, so I'm kinda bougie with it. Like, I'll be like, "Yeah, this ain't good," or whatever. When she was cooking, I was like, "Oh my god, it smelled like heaven." It was, like, literally distracting my little ADH brain. Like, I was like, "She's she's making me hungry." Like, she has every drink you could possibly imagine, from Diet Cokes to Coke Zeros to waters to juices. Like they're on tap on a regular. You could just go there. They have everything that you could freaking imagine there, and then you get to like kind of chill with people that you like seen on Facebook, but you didn't know. Like you get to hang out with all the teachers all the time, and there's bingo and there's all this stuff, and it's what I imagined summer camp would be for us as SOIS. Like like I don't know. And Melissa's like the troop leader. It's really fun. Like run. Just go. Like it is you're if you go when you leave, tell me if you feel the same way. Like, I feel like this is what kids felt like when they went to summer camp, and when they had to come home to go back to school, like, there was, like, a sadness. Like, I was happy that I went, but I was so sad that I was leaving. So sad, like, I was like, "This sucks." So, if you have a chance to go to that, it's definitely go. It's interesting going there. I had fun because I had a lot of different experiences because when I landed there a day ahead of time, and I went to this really cool hotel where all these, I guess, airline stewards, stayed at. So, like, we listened to their conversation, and it was fun, and then there was, like, a restaurant, like, a food truck that was connected to the hotel. Now, this is not a bad and bougie hotel because, kid you not, in this 4-block area where there was hotels, there was 3 nice hotels, like, one of them I'm staying at. They're not, like, expensive, expensive. And Imma tell you why, because right across the street was a red roof. I have this thing, never stay at a red roof inn. Just don't. Like, I would sleep in my car before a red roof, okay? So, I'm in here, I'm drinking, and that's when I got my Texas Jungle Juice, which a lot of people told me that's not a thing, but that's what the bartender told me I was drinking. I don't know if I'm a lightweight. I was only halfway through the drink. And here's the thing, it was in a red Solo cup, right? And the Solo cup was here and they had ice. I was only like right here. And I was like, I gotta go up to my room. And I was like, when did I become a lightweight? A lot of different experiences, but I was also really fun listening to the stewards talk and amongst each other and like what kind of flights, turbulence, or like where they're landing next and how longer they're going to stay for their layover and just like it was really interesting and seeing all of them in their different uniforms. Like I guess I'd never been surrounded by a lot of um like airline attendants in one area, so I was intrigued. But it was a really good thing. And then the drive to Quitman was actually one of the most peaceful drives I've ever been to. Maybe because it's like a town I've never heard of. There was like zero traffic. It took like 90 minutes, like 98 minutes to get there, and it was like a beautiful drive. It is stunning. like like all this green grass, cows, and just I was like, okay. You there's a lot of Big Daddy gas stations. I I have questions for them. So, but it was a really good time. So if you have opportunity, definitely go there. I did put Melissa's Wizardry Stitchery group in Facebook group in the chat. I think I pinned it. Um, if you are interested in that, she's willing out details every day, but the tickets go on sale tomorrow. So I don't know how fast they're going. So just pay attention. If that's something that you want to do, pay attention and go for it. For the So Whatever, I believe there's like 5 or 6 tickets left, which I'm still blown away. I'm super excited for the people that are coming. And the Saks Bag and Sew, I still have tickets available, but just no more VIP. And there's still class seats available for certain classes. And I think they announced a new class Saturday, and they're gonna talk more about like these 2 new classes. One is a stadium bag that's all clear, and the other one is like some bag that has like a dual flap thing. So yeah, that's it. That I'm like thrilled about everything. Like I'm this week, even though I've been battling like the migraine from Hades, I've been like legitimately like grateful and excited because there's so many cool things that are going on this week. And like, have you ever it feels like Christmas morning, like, you don't wanna open your presents because you know once you do, you're gonna be excited of what you get, but that moment, that those small moments where you get the butterflies and you're super excited, it's so small and it goes away so fast. And as soon as you open it, you're so excited, but that little bit of moment before you opened your present, or like the first time you met someone that you really like and you have that butterfly feeling, and or like that electricity feeling when you touch someone's hand that you first liked, there's little moments like that that I always appreciate, and that's what I'm feeling right now. At this moment, there's so many cool things happening this week that I don't know how I'm gonna feel next week because I'm on such a high that all these cool things are happening, and I don't know what I'm gonna feel next week. Good morning. So, yeah, basically that's it. Oh yeah, I cleaned up my patterns. That's the best I couldn't sew because my head was hurting too much. I was afraid that my head was hurting so much that I didn't we mess around with big machines, and I can't tell you how many times I accidentally sewed my finger. So I knew that yeah. So I just reorganized all my patterns and yeah, and then I'm starting to reorganize my interfacings. So my wax canvases, they kind of just get rolled up and put into the zebra thing because I don't like folding them. I prefer rolling them. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that right now. I just gotta figure out a little bit more room or some stuff. I have like some antique patterns. Well, not antique. Well, they call them vintage patterns that I'm trying to figure out. Like I was looking at this one, and I was trying to figure out how I can get like if I can get Patreon or if I can get Butterick to give me the A-OK to teach it. This is this is Butterick 4757, and look at these bags and tell me what they remind you of. Like this is low key like their version of Hermes. So I like buying vintage bag patterns because back in the day, Butterick, McCall, and Vogue would make patterns for the most popular bags like Vera Bradley or whatever, and then they would get pulled. Like there's they also were notorious for making costumes that look like the Disney characters, and then they would get pulled. That's why something happened in this late 80s where they would make, say, inspired by, unless they actually did a collaboration with Disney or whatever. But these patterns usually get pulled, and then people put them on Facebook or eBay for ridiculous amount of money because people want them. But this one's cute too. I want to make this one, this little chain thing. So I've been looking at those because I have tons of like Butterick, Vogue, and McCall patterns that look like something, and I'm here for it. So like with these, you have to like really iron them out beforehand, and you got to be kind of very, very gentle. And I traced everything on Swedish paper, and then you have I don't fold these back in. I'm not gonna lie, Kendall does because my patience with folding is like of a toddler. I So Kendall folds them back and puts them back in. But yeah, and they're old too. I'm always some of these are so old that I'm just like I'm not going to take it out of its package. But um yeah, that's what year is this one? It has to be more modern because it costs $16. Oh, it's 2000. So anything in the 90s and early 2000s is technically vintage. Doesn't make you feel good about that. So, yeah. So like just if you have a chance, if you get to go to if there's any estate sales or anything like that, I'm not saying go like I said go like smiling. Okay. I have a morbid personality, but just go. Don't smile when you go, obviously. You might find some really cool patterns like this and find like something that can spark your interest and make it. Like I think it's really cool to look back at these because they're very unusual. You got your ticket to Lauren? Whoop whoop. I can't wait to see. I think you're gonna really like it. Lauren, I'm not gonna lie. She set the standards for me for retreats. I'm not this like Lauren puts on a retreat like none other. Like she has everything from A to B, and it could be because how much she taught before she did it. And I think that's actually really well like good thing when you taught and now you're going to have other people teach and you know what you liked, pros and cons, and you want to offer something else. And then Melissa offers like it's a different experience. I feel like Melissa's is like kind of like a cruise experience or like um a getaway experience because it's like the whole package. You're all staying together in the same underneath the same roof or in the little huts and you're all just like it's just you guys. So it's a different experience. But those are last year those two things like I was putting in my scrapbook and I literally had like the cutest like my airplane ticket stubs and like I had so much fun. Um Yes. Lauren, I think Lauren just she really put the bar out there for people to do retreats. Like the only other person I've always wanted to go to the retreat is I've always wanted to go to Emmeline Bags. Because hear me out, I buy it from Emmeline Bags at least 3 to 4 times a year, and every time they have a retreat, like they have the Jerry retreat with Tara from Creations, I'm like, "You have everything right there." And I every time they show the storefront, I'm just like, I bet that's a really cool experience. And then the Fairy Bra Mother, everyone that goes there says that's a really great experience as well too. It's a 4-day one. And then there's a couple of Levi guys that I want to go to. There's some retreats out there, guys. There's some definitely retreats out there. So go and touch grass and have some fun with it. Um, I think oh, what was I had one more thing to tell you guys, and now I can't even. Joanne's. I'll put the in the description box. I'm gonna put the article that was up yesterday. There are people that are looking to buy Joann's. They're the same people that bought Big Lots, but at last we see nothing happening with the Big Lots. They're not. It's not written down anything. Joann's is closing 800 stores. All the stores in my area, which the Columbia, Maryland one, if I did look around, is the most gorgeous Joann's you've ever seen, and it's going to be closing. So I will put the in the I don't I hate to close this on that note. I will put the list the the article in the description box, and you could see what Joann's are closing near you. Um I'm sad to see it go, but as a sewist, I also have to think that they're gonna have a lot of, clearance sales, so you should see what's closing near you because there might be some things that you want that may be on clearance. Like, you know how I say make bags from muslin and things like that? There might be things that you want, like rulers or something, that you may find useful, or if you have children, craft stuff, just anything, if you dabble with jewelry or whatever. Yeah, Diane, all of ours are too. And the thing is that so they're the thing I knew it was kind of the jig was up when they try to have an online presence on Amazon. That's how you know a store is closing because that's what Fabric.com did. One day I'm like talking to a representative and they were like, "Yeah, you can check it out on Amazon." And then like, shit, shoot you not. 3 months later, they were closing, and Fabric.com was, like, my favorite place to get vinyl, like, my favorite. They always have the most unique places. I am trying to I'm trying to go up to New York sometime this spring between in this spring so I can do some videos between Mood and the fashion district so that way you can see other stores that are around us that do have an online presence. It's just not as big as Joann's. So that way, if you're on the East Coast, you can see these stores like through my eyes and get their online information and you can order through them as well. So I'm trying to work that out really quickly too. But man, Joann's closing is like I can't explain how sad that is. Like that is like an end of an era. Like this is do you like I test for a lot of people and so many of them will be like, "Oh, go get Peltex." And what do I do when I don't have it? I run to Joann's to go get it. I run to Joann's for, like, simple stuff, like, if I need black vinyl, marine vinyl, or when I make the Captain America or Captain Marvel bags, I get my blue navy vinyl from Joann's. Like, I was looking at my Superwoman backpack and all that stuff, this blue that everybody likes is from Joann's. Um, it's just crazy. Sometimes when I'm doing, like, really cool, bags that, like so see, that's a Captain Marvel bag went wrong, but I salvaged it and it became a bin. When I do bins like this, when I make them, 'em, I'll, like, find Captain Marvel fabric within Joann's, and then I can, make it, but, like, all this vinyl, that blue, the gold, the red, that all comes from Joann's. So that's what for me, I'm devastated because I my Joann's is like 2 miles away, and I just used to hop in my car and just, like, go get my stuff, and I'm like I would talk to the people there like I said, there's a lady that I've known for, like, 14 years since I lived here, that would used to wear different color aprons to represent, like, different things in the month, like February, Valentine's Day, next month will be, St. Patty's Day, and they made her change where she only was able to do the green, Joanne scene, and I actually made a complaint for her, she didn't even know low key because I was like, "You're taking away her identity, you're taking away" like, my kids love seeing her aprons, especially when they were little, and these changes are just crazy, like, I go to Joann's for, like, low key almost everything, so it's disturbing, right? Oh, yeah, I wasn't gonna go to Joann's in NYC for Joann's at all. I'm going for the fashion district. Oh, yeah, anyone that if I go to New York, I will tell you guys ahead of time when I'm gonna take the train up there, and if anyone's in New York, if you wanna meet up, we can go ahead and have some fun. Yes, I didn't like the coupon thing too, but if you're stuck between going to Joann's or Hobby Lobbies and see, the thing is I used to be Hobby Lobby out, but, like, I don't like how they dictate things for their employees, and I'm just like, I'm really not into that, so I don't really necessarily buy from them. The only time you see me buy from them is during the holidays because I don't know why, they have, like, the best holiday decorations. I don't like and they never seem to have repeats from the following year, so I'm like, "Okay." Some of my coolest holiday decorations come from, Hobby Lobby, but my thing is that I hate paying for shipping, like, I again, I blame that on Amazon. I hate paying for shipping, but, like, a key thing, like, as me and my Patreon, we're doing this really cool bag, right? But it asks for, like, Craftex, Bondtex, some other bag stabilizer, and EV foam, right? The only place that we were able to get 'em most of the stuff was on Amazon. I still haven't got my stuff yet. Hopefully it'll come today or before Saturday. But I went and got my Bontex at, Springfield Leather. The Bontex costs $8, but it costs $14 to ship, and I ordered it on the 3rd, and they shipped it out 2 days ago. That's why I like having things closer, and I would've drove to the Baltimore Tandy Leather, but the bridge is not the bridge is not complete. So, that's that's low key why I don't. I know, I just have to suck it up and take it. I'm actually thinking about doing some stuff that I never did before. I know a lot of people buy from the Marine Vinyl store. Oddly, I have never bought from them. So I'm thinking about, like, buying some navy because I was gonna be doing another superhero bag and then ordering a all their swatches and just going for them because everyone says they ship really fast and their quality of marine vinyl is good. I sometimes buy marine vinyl from Fabric Wholesale Direct, but the smell, I don't know anyone else have it. There's the smell of their fabric, like, triggers a headache. Like, it's only their vinyl, not their waterproof canvas, but there's something in that vinyl. I don't know what it is. It smells like if, like, tuna fish was sitting out all day and then you brought it in the house and you're just like, and it triggers a headache. I have no idea even thinking about it, my head was like, "Don't even think about it." Okay, they have a lot of Peltex, yeah. And I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen. I'm hoping that actually more, YouTube people influencers become, like, ambassadors. Like, I believe Jess is an ambassador from Jess from So Many Creations is an ambassador. So I think they can sell it, but they also are aware where you could purchase it. So there's that. And then of course there's always, places like Waywack and like like I told you, the corset place in Philadelphia, they sell a lot of weird interfaces because of hats. And there are a lot of stores online that you're gonna get, but the Joann thing is just really weird. It's gonna be like 800 empty skeletons across the country. That's just and all those people's jobs. All those people's jobs. That's all I keep thinking about, their jobs. Yeah, like, my only reason I like Walmart is they're trying to compete with, Amazon, so I can get things sometimes in 2 days, and Target does the same thing too, but Target doesn't have any interfacing. I'm like, "Why can't you just tap into that sewing world for us?" So, yeah. And oh yeah, they're fast. That's the one thing I give Walmart. Walmart is fast. And the other thing I can give Walmart is if they make a mistake and they send you double. It has happened to me like 4 times, no joke. And you're like, "Hey, I'll send this back, return to sender," and they didn't charge your card double. They'll be like, "Oh, never mind, just keep it." And I'm like, "Okay." Calling a friend, "Hey, I got extra this. Do you need it? Come on over." But yeah, Walmart is competitive and they do ship faster. So that might be an avenue that you need to look at. They're super they're trying to compete with Amazon. They ship really fast. Yeah, you're like 2 big Lego sets and you're like, "Hey, let me send it back." And they're like, "No, just keep it." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I don't it was really weird. And I think mine's was foam and it was Lazy Girl's interfacing. Lazy Girl has a interfacing called Stiff Stuff, and I like it better than Peltex because it when you crumble it, it just, like, kinda bounces back. It looks exactly like Peltex. Like, I have to label it Lazy Girl Stuff because it doesn't say it on the board. So I put, like I have it's really weird, but it looks like it, but when you crumble it, it bounces back. So if you're familiar, Lazy Girl Sews is a pattern designer that unfortunately she passed away, like, 2 years ago, but her legacy and her site lives on through her family and friends. She has a lot of patterns. I used to do a lot of her patterns, when I first started bag making because she does things really uniquely. Um, Even, like, a simple pouch is not a simple pouch with her, but she has her own interfacing, and I was always e enamored with it, so when I got Peltex, I wanted to know if it was like Lazy Girl Sews, and it wasn't, and so whenever I get both of them, I need to label them. So but Lazy Girl Sews fabric is sold on Amazon by the bolt, and I got double of those, and then I had a girlfriend that, like, works, like, 45 minutes away from me, and she was like, she's never experienced. I was like, "Do you want it? Because it's free." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm coming to your house." I'm like, "Yeah, come and get it." So, yeah, I got a free one. So, I don't know, and I also got, like they do weird stuff, like, if I order OPI nail polish because I can't do gel nails, and sometimes they'll send me double, and I'm like, "Okay, you guys did it again, let me send it back," and they're like, "No, we don't." They don't wanna print the thing is they don't wanna print out a shipping label for you to send it back. That's what I just kinda figured. So then I'll give it to my kids or somebody else around me because I don't need 2 black nail polishes. So, yeah, they're kinda notorious for that. So, I I'm gonna finish my iced coffee. I'm going to finish organizing up this area by BB-8. And, then I'm gonna be seeing my rotary cutter so we can start cutting out some packing pods. I still haven't figured out what fabric I'm using. I'm thinking I'm gonna use a water-resistant canvas because why not? And I spill things and, I don't know, I'm that one weird person that will put, like, all the protective stuff, like, over the lotion bottle and it still explodes. So, and share if you think it's worthy and comment and subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Please subscribe. Um, I would really appreciate it. I will talk to you guys all later, and I hope all of you have a fabulous day. Bye. Oh, it's buzzing.